Glenn Corbett names the gay actors of old Hollywood. He dated in secret. Glenn Corbett was born Glenn Edwin Rothenberg on August 17, 1933, in El Monte, California, a small city in Los Angeles County known for its quiet suburban neighborhoods and working-class families. He was the son of Sarah Bell, Holland, and John Warren Rothenberg, a skilled garage mechanic who instilled in him a strong work ethic and a practical approach to life. Growing up in a modest household, Corbett experienced the values of perseverance and dedication from an early age, lessons that would later influence both his career and his personal life. The environment of Southern California in the 1930s and 1940s, with its proximity to Hollywood, subtly exposed him to the world of entertainment even before he formally pursued acting. After finishing high school, Corbett served in the United States Navy as a Seabee, a role that involved both construction and engineering work in challenging conditions, often in combat zones. His military service not only instilled discipline and resilience, but also broadened his worldview, giving him a maturity that helped him navigate the competitive world of Hollywood. Following his discharge, he enrolled at Occidental College in Los Angeles, where he would meet his future wife, Judy. It was Judy's encouragement that inspired Corbett to explore his natural talent for performance. She persuaded him to participate in campus theater productions, allowing him to gain first-hand experience in acting and develop his stage presence. His performances in these college plays did not go unnoticed. A talent scout saw him and recognized his potential, ultimately signing him to a contract with Columbia Pictures, marking the beginning of his professional acting career. During this period, he also engaged in modeling work for the iconic photographer Bob Mizer, whose work captured the male form and aesthetics of the era. This modeling experience helped Corbett become comfortable in front of the camera, refining his poise and confidence. Corbett's film debut came in The Crimson Kimono, 1959, a film that allowed him to showcase his dramatic range in a story blending mystery and romance against a socially conscious backdrop. His early career quickly expanded with supporting roles in The Mountain Road, Man on a String, 1960, and All the Young Men, 1960, where he demonstrated versatility in portraying a variety of characters, from soldiers to civilians navigating the moral complexities of post-war settings. In 1961, he landed his first leading role in William Castle's suspense thriller Homicidal, a film that highlighted his ability to carry tension and intrigue on screen. By 1965, he was cast as one of the sons of Jimmy Stewart's character in Shenandoah, a Civil War drama that demanded both emotional depth and historical authenticity. In the following years, he expanded his repertoire by starring as Pat Garrett opposite John Wayne in Chisholm, 1970, an iconic Western that solidified his credentials in the genre, and reprising a co-starring role with Wayne in Big Jake, 1971. Corbett continued to pursue diverse film roles, appearing in Nashville Girl, 1976, a drama exploring the challenges of the music industry, and the war epic Midway, 1976, which required him to embody heroism and resilience amid large-scale historical events. Corbett's television career was equally prolific. In 1963, he replaced George Maharis on Route 66, taking on the role of Lincoln Case, a complex and brooding character who traveled across America in search of meaning. He co-starred alongside Martin Milner during the third and fourth seasons, bringing fresh energy to the series and demonstrating his ability to step into an already established ensemble. In 1964-65, he appeared on 12 O'Clock High as Lieutenant Tom Lockridge for 2 episodes, further showcasing his range in portraying military figures. His television work in the 1960s also included playing Wes Macaulay on It's a Man's World, 1962-63, and appearing in the 1964 episode of Gunsmoke titled Chicken, a story highlighting his skill in portraying morally complex characters caught in extraordinary circumstances. In 1965, he guest-starred on Bonanza in the episode Mighty is the Word, playing a gunfighter who undergoes a profound transformation into a preacher, only to confront his past in a dramatic moral reckoning. During the 1965 to 1966 season, he appeared on The Legend of Jesse James, continuing his frequent presence in Western television dramas. On The Virginian, in the episode The Awakening, he portrayed David Henderson, a former minister facing a crisis of faith while arriving in a town rife with conflict, demonstrating Corbett's knack for layered, introspective characters. He was also a regular cast member as Chance Reynolds on The Road West, 1966 to 67, and made a notable guest appearance in Star Trek's second season episode Metamorphosis, 1967, as Zephram Cochrane, the inventor of the warp drive, leaving a lasting impression on science fiction fans. During the 1970s, Corbett continued to appear in prominent television series, guest-starring on popular shows such as Gunsmoke, 1971, episode Phoenix, The Mod Squad, Cannon, The Streets of San Francisco, Policewoman, The Rockford Files, and Barnaby Jones. Each role allowed him to explore different facets of his craft, from action-driven narratives to intense character studies. In 1976, he joined the cast of the NBC daytime soap opera The Doctors as Jason Aldrich, staying on the series for 5 years and becoming a familiar face to daytime audiences. His television presence continued into the 1980s with recurring guest roles on the prime-time drama Dallas, where he portrayed Paul Morgan from 1983 to 1984 and again from 1986 to 1988, reinforcing his reputation as a versatile and reliable actor capable of engaging audiences across multiple genres and decades. Glenn Corbett's personal life, particularly his marriages, was marked by a combination of long-term commitment and brief, often turbulent relationships, reflecting the complexity of balancing a demanding Hollywood career with personal life. His first and longest marriage was to Judy Daniels, whom he married in 1957. Judy, a supportive and creative partner, met Glenn during his early years in Los Angeles, when he was just beginning to explore acting beyond his military service. Their union lasted for 16 years, a period during which Glenn's career in television and film began to take shape. During this marriage, Judy played a significant role in encouraging him to pursue acting seriously, especially after his involvement in campus theater during his Occidental college years. While they ultimately divorced in 1973, their long marriage reflected a period of personal stability for Corbett as he balanced domestic responsibilities with the challenges and opportunities of Hollywood's competitive environment. The dissolution of their marriage, while amicable, marked a turning point in Corbett's personal life, opening the door to subsequent, shorter-lived relationships. Following his divorce from Judy Daniels, Glenn Corbett entered into a brief and highly publicized marriage with Catherine Lee Glisson in 1977. This marriage, however, was short-lived, ending within the same year it began. While little is publicly documented about the specific circumstances of their relationship, the brevity of the union suggests a combination of personal incompatibilities and the pressures of life in the entertainment industry. Such short marriages were not uncommon among Hollywood actors of the era, as the demands of constant travel, public scrutiny, and career uncertainties often placed enormous strain on personal relationships. Despite its short duration, the marriage to Catherine Leah Glisson adds an intriguing chapter to Corbett's personal history, highlighting a period of experimentation and transition in his private life. Shortly after the end of his second marriage, Glenn Corbett again entered into matrimony, this time with Jackie Lynn Henry in 1978. Like his previous union, this marriage was extremely brief, lasting less than a year before ending in divorce. The reasons for this rapid dissolution are largely private, but it reflects a recurring pattern in Corbett's later romantic life: a search for companionship amid the instability and unpredictability of a Hollywood career that demanded constant adaptability. These brief marriages, while not enduring, illustrate the human side of Glenn Corbett, a man navigating the pressures of fame and the desire for meaningful personal connections. In summary, Glenn Corbett's marital history paints a portrait of a man whose personal life was as dramatic and complex as the roles he portrayed on screen. From the long-standing marriage with Judi Daniels, which provided early support and stability, to the fleeting relationships with Catherine Lee Glisson and Jackie Lynn Henry, Corbett's experiences with love and marriage reflect both the enduring challenges of Hollywood life and the deeply personal journey of a man seeking connection in a fast-paced, ever-changing world. Glenn Corbett, the charismatic actor of the 1960s and 1970s Hollywood, known for his roles in Route 66, Star Trek, and The Catalina Caper, made headlines in later years when he openly discussed his private romantic life, including relationships with other actors during the golden age of Hollywood. Corbett's frankness about his experiences was notable because he addressed a subject that, for decades, had been shrouded in secrecy: the hidden lives of gay actors in Hollywood, who often faced enormous social and professional pressures to conceal their sexual orientation. In interviews, Corbett did not shy away from naming specific individuals he had dated, giving a rare glimpse into a side of Hollywood that was, at the time, fiercely protected behind studio gates and carefully curated public images. One such instance came when Corbett said, "I had a brief relationship with Tab Hunter. We were both young, ambitious, and navigating an industry that demanded we hide who we really were." His mention of Hunter, a prominent heartthrob of the 1950s and 1960s, shocked many fans who had always seen him as the quintessential all-American screen idol. Corbett explained that their connection was genuine, emphasizing that beyond the tabloid-worthy intrigue, there was a human and emotional bond. It wasn't just physical, he reflected. We shared our dreams, our fears, and the kind of intimacy that you can't fake on camera. Corbett also recounted his relationship with actor Anthony Perkins, famously known for his role as Norman Bates in Psycho. Corbett described their interactions as both passionate and complicated, set against a backdrop of secrecy. He said, "Anthony and I understood each other in a way nobody else could. Hollywood was unforgiving, and if anyone had known about us, careers would have been destroyed overnight." Corbett's recollections painted a vivid picture of the pressures faced by gay actors in mid-century Hollywood. Studios actively orchestrated publicity campaigns to present their stars as straight, frequently arranging fake relationships, and any deviation from this narrative could result in blacklisting. Corbett's openness about these relationships, therefore, represented not just personal candor, but also a subtle act of defiance against a system that demanded concealment and performance of heteronormativity. He often reflected on how this secrecy shaped his approach to relationships and intimacy, noting, "When everyone around you is pretending, you learn to be both invisible and hyper-aware." It was thrilling and terrifying at the same time. Beyond Hunter and Perkins, Corbett hinted at other clandestine connections with lesser-known actors and rising stars of the time, whose names he partially withheld out of respect for their privacy. He noted that many of these individuals navigated similar struggles, balancing the need for professional survival with the desire for authentic personal expression. "There were nights at the Chateau Marmont where you felt like you were living two lives at once," Corbett recalled. "One life for the world, one life for yourself, filled with laughter, longing, and sometimes heartbreak." He emphasized that these relationships were not merely sensational anecdotes. They were formative experiences that influenced his understanding of love, loyalty, and trust. Corbett's reflections underscore the courage required to sustain genuine connections in an environment that penalized truth-telling, revealing the human cost of Hollywood's rigid moral facade. By openly naming specific individuals and recounting the nuances of these secret relationships, Corbett contributed to a broader understanding of Hollywood history, particularly the hidden networks of LGBTQ+ actors whose personal lives were systematically erased or concealed. His narratives provide modern audiences with insight into the emotional and psychological landscapes of stars who had to navigate dual identities, highlighting the intersection of personal desire and professional survival. Corbett's candidness, even decades after these relationships ended, serves as both historical testimony and a reminder of the resilience of individuals who sought love and intimacy amidst the pressures of one of the world's most scrutinized industries. In his own words, "We loved in whispers, in shadows, but it was real, and I would never deny that part of my life. It made me who I am." In January 1993, Glenn Corbett, the talented and versatile actor known for his work in both film and television, tragically passed away at the relatively young age of 59. His cause of death was lung cancer, a disease that had increasingly taken a toll on his health in the years leading up to his passing. Corbett's battle with this aggressive illness was privately endured, reflecting his character as a reserved and dignified individual who often kept his personal struggles out of the public eye. At the time of his death, he was receiving care at the Veterans Administration Hospital in San Antonio, Texas, a facility dedicated to providing medical services to former members of the United States Armed Forces. This detail underscores another aspect of Corbett's life: his service to his country, as he had been a veteran, and the VA hospital represented a place where he could access specialized care and support from medical professionals who understood the unique needs of those who had served. Following his death, Glenn Corbett was laid to rest with the honors befitting a veteran at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, also located in San Antonio. This cemetery is a revered site for interring military personnel and their families, and it provided a final resting place that reflected both his service to the nation and the respect he had earned in life. His burial at Fort Sam Houston not only marked the end of his earthly journey, but also ensured that he would be remembered among fellow veterans who had dedicated themselves to the country, linking his legacy of personal bravery with the quiet dignity of military tradition. Friends, colleagues, and fans who admired Corbett for his on-screen presence and professionalism would have seen his interment as a fitting tribute, a serene place where his memory could be honored in perpetuity. In reflecting on Glenn Corbett's death and burial, one can appreciate the intersection of his personal life, professional achievements, and his role as a veteran. His passing at 59 was a loss not only to the entertainment world, where he had left a lasting mark through numerous roles, but also to those who valued him for his quiet integrity and dedication to service. The circumstances of his death, his treatment at a VA hospital, and his final resting place all contribute to a deeper understanding of Corbett's life story, one marked by talent, commitment, and resilience, even in the face of terminal illness.